Welcome everyone to today's presentation on Next.js. Over the next 20 to 25 minutes, we will explore what Next.js is, its history, its feature, and how it is compared to React. Let's dive in and see what agenda are we covering today, such as overview of Next.js, condition for using Next.js, history for Next.js, feature for Next.js, and finally end with comparison between Next.js and React.js. Now, what is Next.js? A React framework called Next.js is used to create a full-stack web application. React components is used for UI development, where Next.js is used for extra feature and optimization. In simple terms, Next.js is a powerful framework built on top of React designed to enhance the performance and user experience of web application. It enables developers to create fast, server-render React application with minimal configuration. Now let's talk about the history for Next.js. React is launched by Vercel for server-side rendering, known as SSR, from 2016, and introduced the static export API routes and dynamic routing from 2017 to 2019, and work on improved performance with image optimization and faster refresh from 2017 to 2019. While add middleware's Rust compiler for faster build by optimizing code performance and memory management, and some React 18 features ongoing updates, emphasizing speed, performance, and developer experience. This is all about history for Next.js. Now let's talk about some condition to be able to use Next.js, such as knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, with basic foundational knowledge about React, plus Node.js, a frame runtime for a server side. Next.js compact with features simplifying web development. These include SSR, server-side rendering, server-side generation, optimization, and styling, allowing developer to focus on building great applications. Now let's talk about these features. Next.js allow developer to render pages or component on a server and send their content back to client. This technique is called server-side rendering, or SSR, which can make our application faster and more search engine friendly. With Next.js, we can pre-render component and pages that don't change frequently and have a static data, meaning they don't change frequently. When we build application, we just render them once and serve them whenever they need it. And next point is Next.js come with variety of built-in optimization designed to improve your application speed. Building component is one of the optimizing features contain images, link, and script components. Image component build on the native image element tag, which comes in HTML, and image component optimize images for performance by lazy loading and automatically resizing image based on device sizes. Whereas link build on the native anchor tag, which will be provided as HTML, the link component prefetch pages in the background for faster and smoother page transition. And the last, script tag. As you might guess, it is built on the native script tag. Script component gives you control over loading and execution of third-party script. And last topic is styling. The Next.js supports CSS in JS, meaning you can write CSS while following the format of JS, and global and component level styling. This flexibility allows developer to style their application using preferred method without configuration. These are some of the most important Next.js features. Now let's talk about Next.js and React. While React is a library for building interactive user interface, Next.js is a comprehensive framework. Think of a framework as a collection for library, tool, and convention that streamline the application development. For example, Next.js contains its own routing library, so we don't need to use separate library like React Router. Now let's take a look at some differences between them. The first difference is performance. Next.js, they are extremely fast because of the static destination and server-side rendering, which we have already covered in previous slide. Of course, they are viable due to many performance enhancement features such as image optimization and script optimization. Various type of optimization we have already discussed in previous slides. Whereas in React, it supports client-side rendering, which is not sufficient for high-performance application development. What it means by that, storing all of the information in client-side, we are basically covering loading uh, loading all of the data and data on the client-side storage. Now, other and some next difference is documentation. Next.js has a pre-line guide for beginners and advanced user dedicated in their original site, provided by Vercel. And they provide detailed explanation on features like SSR, static support, and API routes. Whereas in React.js, they also provide documentation with clear explanation and example. They focus on a core concept like component, hook, and state management. These are the basic foundation for React, which will be used in Next.js. Other difference is server-side rendering, which is the main point, and Next.js support the server-side rendering. It actually collect data and render each request every time you need to deliver different view for various users. Whereas in React.js, React does not allow a server-side rendering by default, although it can be enabled, but it can be a hectic to do a manual label configuration, and it is not preferred, used by many people. And next topic is configuration. Everything is a configurable with Next.js. The Next.js template allow you to configure file. Automatically configuration is, you don't have to do anything in Next.js. It will automatically configure every basic need for every little application you will be using, such as Tailwind. Will be configurable with everything you will be using in that program. Of course, you can also do a custom configuration if you want, but that is for the extreme cases. Right now, you don't need that. Whereas React does not offer great support for configuration unless you disconnect from a standard create React app, which is used in command line to create a React app. You won't be able to change the setup. You have to do everything manually from them. In conclusion, when you go with Next.js, it offers best server-side rendering and static website development solution. Also, it's let you manage project easily with various tools and feature. On the other hand, React is a best choice to develop user interfaces for single pages application since it works with the layer of mobile and web application. It allows you to create more appealing and intuitive applications. Thank you.